GR IAS Academy.
100 days, 100 themes, one goal UPSC Prelims. Hello everyone, welcome back to Mission Surya. In this program, we deal with current affairs completely from Prelims perspective. So let's get started. So in our series of most probable questions, the first topic is about GR Bill 2025. So we already know there is existing one program called Manrega, right? So what is Manrega? It is a program where people were offered 100 days of work, realizing the right to work principle. But what is happening now? That is replaced by GR. So what is this bill? So it is a guarantee for work, okay? How it is replacing Manrega Act. And what is the difference from Manrega to here? Here it is giving 125 days per year, here 100 days. But Manrega is a rights based policy, whereas this policy is scheme based, not a rights based. So this will be a concern, okay, because here the person's right to work has not been realized, okay, and here the funding is 60:40 and wage payment is weekly. It is faster than Manrega's 15 days. And what are we focusing here? Assets, that is infra and water security. Here we are using biometric attendance and monitoring, which is based on AI technology. So that is how we are using technology for monitoring the scheme and attendance of the labor. Okay, fine. There is a pause in between during harvest season, and it is linked with the local plans and PM Gati Shakti. So we want to improve the quality of the assets. We have just seen, right, the assets. And we want to address the storage of the farm labor. So whenever we are having pause during season, they don't get work from Manrega or GR. So now we are addressing farm labor storage. Okay, fine, we are telling we are addressing farm labor storage shortage. So what if they are not getting employment in farms? That will be a concern, right? During that time, yet they are still offering 125 days work, more than Manrega, which is 100 days of work. So that's how they are giving extra work, okay? And by monitoring through AI technology and biometric attendance, they are ensuring the fiscal discipline, means they are controlling corruption and misuse of this policy. So here we already told that it weakens the right to work nature, and since they are giving 25 days extra work, so it will be a burden on states, right? Okay. Our next topic is about oil reserves. So right now oil and gas is very important and critical topic, right? So let's see why Middle East is dominating in terms of oil reserves. So what's happening here? Long ago, some millions of years ago, there was some sea called Tethys Sea, right? You all know this, right? So what happened in this sea? There were many marine organisms present, right? What happened when the tectonic movements and everything changed the structure of the earth? What happened? These organisms, they died and settled in the seabed. So they form organic rich sediments. So what happened? They are trapped under sediments. Okay, this is the Middle East. So they are trapped under sediments, and because of which they form the resource for oil's formation. Okay, okay, fine. Without oxygen they have been converted into oil and natural gas. So that is called anorexic decomposition. So anorexic conditions, it will prevent decomposition. That's how oil and this organic matter is converted into oil and gas, okay, under anorexic conditions. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, if you see here, the sediments are on the seabed, they are converted into gas and oil and are trapped in between limestone and sandstone. So this is the Arabian plate, this is the Arabian plate. So all the sediments, that is organic matter which has been in seabed, converted into oil, and if you see here, all the black denoted are oil fields that have been converted from marine organisms that are present in the Tethys Sea. Okay. So where we are finding it? Near limestone and sandstone, they act as the source rocks and reserve rocks, because under those rocks those organic matter have been converted into oil and trapped, and because they have high porosity and permeability, they have accumulated in large quantities in those rocks. Okay. If you see here, this is the oil well, natural gas, rock oil. Here is our porous reservoir rock and source rock. From here we are getting the oil and gas. Okay. So check this later. Okay. So how it is trapped? Okay, they are trapped in anticlines and domes and fault traps. So a layer of impermeable cap rock prevents escape of the oil from those rocks. So that's how every oil and gas which is formed because of the marine organisms gets trapped over there and becomes available for us to mine. Okay, and Middle East has this place where all these massive oil fields are located. So, and also there is very low disturbance of, there is no continental movement over there, very less tectonic disturbances are there. That is why those are not destroyed or displaced, and for million of years they stayed intact over that region. And why it is advantage for Middle East? Because it lies on the Arabian plate which has gone gradual sinking, and this has created sediment deposition for a long periods. So what happened? Now hydrocarbon bearing layers formed over those deposition, that is formed over longer periods of time. Okay. Whatever the reservoirs are formed here, they are very high quality resources, because there is a high porosity rocks and high permeability rocks which allows to store oil and flow of the oil across those rocks. So that is why it is very easy to extract oil from this place, and since very large oil fields are there, it is also feasible economically to mine from those fields. And what is the formation process of oil? So first it requires 3 steps. First it has to be formed. How it is formed? Organic matter has to be trapped under the rocks, and then under anorexic conditions it has to be converted into oil and gas, and it has to be moved to certain place. All the resources formed should be move to one place and they have to be get trapped at one place, so they are not destroyed or displaced in the interior of the earth. So this process has to form for the oil fields formation. So in the Middle East, all these steps have occurred in the correct sequence and timing. But in other places, either oil would have escaped or degraded or disrupted by any conditions like tectonic conditions or any other reasons. And Middle East, it had ideal geological conditions, that is marine origin, which is millions of years ago in the Tethys Sea, and after that, you know, right, continental drift, everything happened, and right now the structure of the earth is like that. So all these reasons led to sedimentary basins, traps, and stability of the Arabian plate made it possible for the creation of oil fields. Okay. Now next topic is about Skill India mission. So it was launched in 2015 and comes under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So what is its type? It is a flagship central sector initiative. Okay, flagship means newly started from scratch. Okay, so what is its main objective? It want to improve employability of the person and make him industry relevant. Okay, by teaching him industry demand, the skills which are demanded by the industry. Okay, so they want to bridge the gap between the skills required by the industry and the skills acquired by the workforce. So that is the main aim of the Skill India mission. So by bridging the skill gap, they are creating job ready and entrepreneurial workforce. Okay, so they are promoting at certain scale and speed and with standards across India. And what are its main features? So they focus on skilling, reskilling and upskilling the resources, that is human resources, and they covers all types of skills such as vocational, technical and soft skills as well, because many rural background workforce are lacking in soft skills, so they are concentrating on soft skills as well. And they are focusing on industry-led aligned training programs as well, because their main aim was to make human resources to be employable, right, for the industries. So that is why they are focusing on industrial aligned training programs. And they have also introduced PPP model and integrated with digital frameworks. So there is a 3-tier structure for this skill development mission. The first one is governing council, the second one is steering committee and mission directorate. So there are few certain bodies linked with this institution, that is NSDC, DGT and NCVET. So these bodies are relevant to this mission. So under Skill India, there are certain schemes, that is PMKVY, which is given as a short-term training, and National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, Sankalp PM Vishwakarma Scheme. This is for traditional artisans. Okay. So there are certain frameworks as well, that is NSQF, which standardizes level of the skill and the recognition of prior learning, like PM Vishwakarma scheme. It recognizes already artisans who have traditional knowledge on certain skills and certifies them with the informal skills as well. Okay, they have restructured Skill India program by combining few schemes together, and a digital hub is formed called SIDH, which is a complete ecosystem to develop skills digitally. And here we are focusing on AI, robotics, green energy and industry 4.0 for upskilling resources. Now let's move to the next topic, that is NIC, which is a system which is used to classify economic activities in India. So it is used for collection of data, analysis and policy making as well. So who prepares the Central Statistic Office, CSO? It prepares the NIC and it comes under MOSPI, okay, and it internationally it is equals to ISIC, because NIC is specific to India only. So internationally it is ISIC, and we compare with ISIC globally, okay, regarding economic data. So it's nothing but classification of economic activities in India. So in NIC 2008 replaced NIC 2004 and it is currently in use. So the structure is very important here for the exam. So it has 4 sections: division, group, class and subclass. So each activity has a unique numerical code to identify the section, okay, and it covers so many sectors like agriculture, mining, manufacturing, electricity and many more. And this NIC classification is used in census and account statistics, ASI and economic census as well, and for estimation of GDP, employment data and industry policy as well, and also useful for business registrations like in portals like MCA portal, GST portal and Udyam portals. I hope you know this, right? Okay, check this website if you want to check if any company is real or fake, okay. They should be registered in MCA portal, okay. And what are the important features of NIC? It is a standardized classification across whole India and it will be comparable with ISIC internationally. So with different countries we can use the NIC for comparing the data, and it is revised periodically. So NIC is India specific, it is global classification by United Nations. So that's all for today. We'll continue tomorrow. For detailed notes, please visit our website and follow us on Instagram, YouTube and Telegram channels for your complete UPSC preparation. For past videos, please check our playlist. Links are given in the description box below. Thank you.